Stories Galore for Us presents The Sleepyheads Welcome Ocean Animals in Jonah and the Well, a Bible story. The sleepyheads of the ocean have embarked on an adventure that would take them to a beach to meet a whale. Not just any whale, but Wally Well, who has been assigned to help a man named Jonah fulfill an assignment given by God. We have sleepyheads Timmy Turtle and Carlos Crab there to greet him. God wanted Jonah to go to a city called Nineveh and tell the people there to stop doing bad things and start being good. Jonah, you must deliver my people from all the bad things that they are doing in the city. I want only the best for my people. You are obedient and you have a very kind heart. Please tell them to turn from their sins. But Jonah didn't want to go to Nineveh because he was scared of what the people would say or do to him. Jonah, don't be afraid. I am with you. Please tell them. Jonah didn't want to listen, so he turned and ran away from Nineveh. Jonah went to a port city called Joppa and found a ship that was going in the opposite direction of Nineveh. He called out to them to please let him aboard. Jonah continued to run away from God. The sailors pulled up to the dock and let Jonah aboard. They set off on their journey. Suddenly, a big storm came and the waves crashed against the ship. The sailors were scared and they prayed to their gods for help. Meanwhile, Jonah was sleeping down in the ship's hold. The captain woke him up and told him to pray to his God too. Maybe he would help them. The sailors cast lots to find out who was responsible for the storm, and the lot fell on Jonah. They asked him what they should do to stop the storm. Jonah told them, "Throw me into the sea, and the storm will stop." The sailors didn't want to do that because they didn't want harm to come to Jonah. But the storm was getting worse. Finally, they had no choice, so they threw Jonah into the sea. As soon as Jonah was in the water, a giant fish, some people call it a whale, came and swallowed him up. Jonah stayed inside the fish for 3 days and 3 nights. While he was in the belly of the fish, Jonah realized he had made a mistake by running away from God. He prayed to God, asking for forgiveness and promising to do what God had asked him to do. Wally Well, that great fish, happily spit Jonah back out. God heard Jonah's prayer and he was glad to be on dry land again. Jonah was very grateful, so he went to Nineveh and preached to the people, telling them to repent and change their ways. Surprisingly, the people of Nineveh listened to Jonah's words and turned their back away from their bad behavior. God saw their change of heart and decided not to destroy their city. Jonah learned an important lesson about listening to God and doing what He asks, even when it's difficult or scary. And the people of Nineveh learned that it's never too late to turn back to God and make things right. From that day on, Jonah obeyed God and carried out his plans without running away, and he lived a life filled with faith and trust in God. And that's the story of Jonah and the whale. Carlos Crab from the Sleepyheads welcomed him back home. Did you see Carlos wink at Jonah? Thank you for listening and viewing our version of Jonah and the Well. Like, share, and subscribe as stories galore for us.